Awesome. Thanks so much, Tony. That's right. I'm joined here by some of FreightVana's very best. I have Shannon Breen, co-CEO and founder, and of course, Lars Ward. Brent, I'm sorry, will be joining us as well. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Great to have us, Anthony.
So jumping into this, guys, FreightVana is, of course, known for its excellent brand, but this is a huge story I think is really great and really interesting. Your partnership with Wabash. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I would just say for us, it's an opportunity, Anthony, to really do something different in the industry. I think Brent and I see the future similarly. So we have some aligned goals and objectives there. And I think ultimately, right, there's a huge amount of unrealized potential in the supply chain. And so in the years past, there's different types of partnerships and collaborations. And when we think about where the industry is heading and how we can unlock some of that value, we sought out someone like Brent and his team, and then they've just stepped up and been a great partner. And we're really excited about where we're at and how we're trending. And obviously, through this kind of formalized partnership, we're just excited about what we can do with that in the future as we scale up our trailer fleets and bring our technology even more to market for the shippers and carriers that we work with every day. So it's an exciting time and in a partnership that I would say is unprecedented from what I've seen. So.
Excellent. Well, I think, Brent, can you talk to a little bit about this partnership? Because this is something that we don't really see often or really kind of happening. And I think it's definitely something that's truly innovative and potentially something that we'll probably hopefully see more of.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We are truly excited about this partnership with FreightVana. It allows us to do what Wabash does best, which is innovate. And when we think about the logistics disruption that's going to occur over the next 5 to 10 years, the backwards integration of e-commerce, additional friction in the system, and the advancement of what we think is going to a power-only model that's only going to stick, Wabash is in a unique position to provide assets in a more agile way. And when you can partner with someone like FreightVana, who's transparent, who's innovative, and ultimately is bringing a good product to the market, it's just natural. It's the place Wabash wants to be.
Excellent. And gentlemen, I'll start with you, Shannon. Can you talk to a little bit about any kind of customer feedback potentially that you've heard or kind of going through right now with this new partnership?
Yeah, I think that's the really exciting part about this collaboration is that it's built, and Brent messaged it's built on a platform of transparency and truly adding value. I think authenticity is important to both of our organizations. And so from a shipper feedback perspective, you're showing up in a way, you're investing heavily, right, into what they're trying to accomplish. So shipper feedback is great, but I do, Anthony, want to highlight the fact that small carrier feedback is something really special and happening every day too, because these small carriers don't have the ability to typically use trailer pools. They just don't have the additional capacity and financially don't have large scale trailer pools. So through this partnership, through our scale that we'll be delivering and are delivering to the market, we're bringing opportunities to both the shippers and the small carriers that quite honestly are underserved in the market on a daily basis.
Definitely. And when you're looking forward to the future, what other types of next-gen 3PL offerings are maybe kind of in the cards right now?
I mean, we've got our power-only offering. Brent mentioned our platform. We're working on some technology services. I mean, the future is bright, but I do want to highlight, typically when we talk about collaborations and news stories and stuff, it's often hinged on capital partnerships. And I think where Brent and I see the future, it's more based on capabilities and partnerships and really leveraging the scale and the talents of unique organizations to extrapolate that. And so that's where I see the future for us. Yes, we're on a great path, but we undoubtedly wouldn't be where we're at today without the partners like Brent and his Wabash team.
Certainly. And Brent, on your side with Wabash, would you see really kind of with this innovative type of partnership, do you think we'll start to see a little bit of, I can only imagine with this type of innovation, we'll probably start to see others try to follow suit. Do you think that will likely be something that will come into play a little bit later on?
Well, I think it's a very interesting question. I think Wabash is uniquely positioned right now in the fact that we can provide capacity to the market, as well as 300 mobile service trucks, 118 service bays, a full national network, but doing it in an agile way. And we're investing in the digital platform also to be able to manage this so that we can create that ecosystem linkage that Shannon's talking about. We think it's a unique offering. We think we're uniquely positioned to bring it to market, and there's going to be iterations of it. While some are able to do parts of that, Wabash is truly the only company that can do all of that.
Excellent. And when we're looking at this partnership again, Shannon, on your side, what other types of things that maybe a lot of folks don't understand go into something like this? I mean, you think, okay, this is just an excellent partnership, great, cool,
Yeah.
but there's so many other underlying factors that kind of go into it.
Yeah, and I think that's where we're a little special and unique, right? You need to understand that managing assets in this way is a completely unique experience than from what we've heard. A lot of the digital folks in our space, right? They're going no touch, a lessened reliance on assets, and certainly their investments look much differently. So as we get into this capitally intensive environment and growth plan, I think going back to things that people wouldn't understand, Brent didn't specifically talk to it, but like we're also able to leverage their size and scope, their partnership network, parts and services, which they're growing out, which now we can utilize that network that quite honestly, we would never have at this level of our existence. And so that's where it's really unique. And we know we need that type of a partnership in order to be able to maintain and grow these trailers in the appropriate way. And so Brent's team helps us to bring that to life. And as a support system for someone like us that to ourselves, we wouldn't have it.
And Brent, in closing here, before we end this segment, really real quick, what do you see the future of really kind of these partnerships looking like kind of throughout the remainder of 2022? Do you think the appetite's going to shift a little bit depending on how the freight market reacts, or do you think the current market's really in a good position for more activity like this?
Yeah, where we're at right now is that we have received a tremendous amount of interest in scaling the power-only model through the use of a Wabash-related trailer pool offering. And we are talking to the largest power-only brokers out there right now and understand what their unique solution is. And to Shannon's point, this is so much more than just providing an asset. It requires a whole different level of co-planning and forward forecasting to give that agile service that this type of offering needs to be to meet the needs of our power-only brokers. I think people realize that this is unique, and we're going to have our hands full trying to understand how we scale this to meet the market expectations we see coming forward.
Certainly, and Shannon, closing thoughts, especially around being able to scale. That definitely seems to be one of the big things with any type of innovation, being able to scale that and really being able to be efficient with all this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, if we were to bring 10 and 20 or 30, 50 trailers to market, that would be great. But I think for us to really change the supply chain, right, you've got to have a model and a vision for sizable scale and sustainability, right? I think a lot of people in the 3PL space, they can see scale, but then we talk about sustainability and how does it withstand the market trends, the ups, the downs that are undoubtedly coming, and that your team highlights very well on a daily basis. So for us, this gives us the staying power and the growth power, and we're excited about it, Anthony. And like I said, we couldn't do it without Brent and his team. It does make it unique, but the future's bright. But we got big dreams, both Brent and I, and now we really feel like we've got a platform to chase it down together.
Excellent. Well, gentlemen, Brent, thanks so much for joining us. Shannon, thank you so much for joining us. This has been amazing, and I'm excited for the future for this partnership and both of your companies. Right now, we're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back with more FreightVana Now.